Amir Khan is a very interesting character. For me, a very entertaining character. He's been a guy who has a particular mental makeup, and it's a double-edged sword because Khan is definitely a glass is half full kind of person. He always looks on the bright side of life, at least the bright side of his boxing career. And if he didn't have that kind of mentality, he wouldn't have come back from all those defeats and been successful again. People call Amir Khan deluded. Maybe he is deluded about some things. I'm sure he is. But that delusion has allowed him to bounce back and be successful. I've spoken about this many times in boxing. And even Chris Eubank Sr. talked about this. Chris Eubank Sr. said, in boxing, you have to be deluded. To be successful in boxing, to come back from adversity, you have to be, at least in the eyes of the public, delusional. Because no rational person would be telling themselves the things that boxers tell themselves to come back from crushing defeats. When Amir Khan lost to Bradis Prescott, so many people wrote Amir Khan off. So many people looked at the Prescott fight when Khan was about to take on Maidana and said, there's no way Khan could beat Maidana. Prescott knocked him out in one round. Maidana's way better than Prescott, way bigger, way stronger, much better fighter. There's no way Khan is going to survive against Maidana if he couldn't survive against Prescott. That's the logic, right? Well, Amir Khan defied the logic and he beat Marcus Maidana. You see, and Khan needed that kind of mentality, what people call deluded. He needed that in order to beat Maidana. But it's a double-edged sword because while it gave him the ability to come back from multiple knockout defeats and have success, it's also led to some of his defeats in the first place. In fact, you could probably say all of his defeats have been down to overconfidence or this delusional mentality. So it really is a double-edged sword. The classic example would be the Danny Garcia fight, where he really underestimated Danny Garcia. He was saying he was going to knock Garcia out, and he was saying that Garcia wasn't really in his league. This is all the stuff that Amir Khan was saying prior to the Garcia fight, and we all know what happened. And there have been many other scares in Amir Khan's career. Remember the fight that he had with, God, I forget the guy's name now. The guy who had those two close fights with Sean Porter. I've forgotten his flipping name. His brother is a trainer. Why have I forgotten his flipping name? Oh, God, it's gone. Anyway, you guys will remind me of the individual's name who had the two close fights with Sean Porter, who nearly knocked Amir Khan out. I didn't have too much sleep last night, people, so forgive me for forgetting his name. But yeah, Khan has had many scares along the way. And that comes down to him being overconfident a lot of the time, thinking he can do certain things in the ring, which he really can't do. And one of the things he tries to do in the ring is exchange with people, and he thinks he's safe exchanging. But most of his knockout defeats and times when he's been dropped and in trouble have happened because he was exchanging with people. But yet he still goes out there thinking he can exchange. This overconfidence and this complacency, this mental complacency, has caught up with Amir Khan so many times. Now, one of the reasons that Khan does this, why he makes these same mistakes over and over again, is because he has a chip on his shoulder. Khan is an impulsive guy, but also a very proud guy, very proud. And that pride leads him to make mistakes because he's always trying to prove himself. And in this particular interview here on Fight Hub, which is an excellent channel, by the way, one of my favorite channels for boxing boxing interviews and stuff like that. In this interview, the interviewer mentions some of the trash talk that has been coming out of Samuel Vargas's mouth directed towards Amir Khan. Now, Khan is calm all the way through this interview until the interviewer talks about the trash talk from Samuel Vargas. And all of a sudden, you can see Amir Khan's whole demeanor change. He's like, oh, what's he been saying about me? And then Khan starts acting all macho. Oh, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that. You know? He starts getting all macho. That is Khan's weakness in a nutshell right there. It's so easy to get under his skin. It's so easy to trigger him and provoke him. Once you've done that and you can draw him into exchanges, you got a very good chance of beating him, because that chin is very, very suspect, as we all know. And even in this interview right here on Sky, same thing. In this interview, Amir Khan is saying that the Samuel Vargas fight is going to be a walk in the park. Yeah. And again, I think it's when they mention the trash talk coming from Samuel Vargas. Khan kicks up and the fire in his belly sparks up and starts saying, oh, it's going to be a walk in the park. I don't see it being competitive. I'm going to stop him. I'm going to do... Whenever Khan talks like this, it's usually when he ends up either losing or coming close to losing. Khan just cannot seem to control his emotion. He can't seem to control the fire that he has within him, and he needs to control it. He needs to be calm and disciplined and not be thinking about going out there and sparking people out. And he probably was gassed from and when I say gassed, I mean his ego had become inflated. All right, for those of you who are not familiar with the term gassed, because some people might think I mean tired. No, I don't mean in that sense. I mean his ego became inflated, potentially from his last fight against Le Greco, where he knocked the guy out in one round. And now he's thinking, okay, I got this new bionic hand. I'm a big puncher now. So, yeah, I'm going to take out Vargas in the same way. You know, is Khan making the same mistake that he's been making throughout his career, where he gets complacent about an opponent, thinking he's going to blast them out? Will he go in there exchanging with Vargas? I mean, he wasn't shy about exchanging with Phil Le Greco. So we'll see. Khan might be able to blast out Vargas. He might be able to beat Vargas with relative ease. But judging by what Khan is saying here, the way he's behaving in the lead up to this fight, it wouldn't surprise me if he gives Samuel Vargas plenty of opportunities to chin check him. You know, like I'd actually be quite surprised if Khan comes out and boxes a safety first fight. You know, like the way he boxed against Alexander or Kotelnik. I'd be surprised if Khan boxes that way against Vargas here. I'd be surprised, because of the way he's talking, it don't sound like he's going to box safety first. It sounds like he's going to do what he did in the Phil Le Greco fight and come out guns blazing. And in that situation, he could get caught. That's all I'm telling you. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Is Amir Khan making the same mistakes all over again? And look, I have to admit, I was concerned about the Le Greco fight because of the fact that Khan reacted to Le Greco at the press conference. I knew that Le Greco wasn't a particularly good fighter. I knew Le Greco, you know, wasn't really in Khan's league in terms of skill and ability. But one thing I did know is that Khan is chinny and Khan gives people opportunities to chin check him that he doesn't need to be giving them. So even a guy who really is several levels below Khan has got a chance if he's got any kind of punching power at all. If he can get under Khan's skin, he's got a chance. So that's why I was concerned even about the Le Greco fight, because, you know, not because Le Greco's good, but just because Khan appeared to have taken the bait and allowed Le Greco to get under his skin. Obviously, he was just too fast for Le Greco, and Le Greco wasn't able to take advantage and got blasted out. But not everyone is going to be so easy to blast out. We'll see if Vargas can hang tough in there and make Khan pay. Whatever way, I'm sure it's going to be fun and games. Whether Khan blasts this guy out, or whether this guy knocks Khan out, or maybe it'll be a seesaw battle, who knows? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Actually, I've just remembered the guy's name without even box wrecking it. You can see I'm here on screen. I haven't moved. I haven't box wrecked it. Julio Diaz was the guy I was thinking about who nearly knocked out Amir Khan. Yeah, Julio Diaz. Yoel Diaz's brother. Yeah. Julio Diaz, that fight right there was another one where Khan underestimated the opponent. He thought it was a relatively easy comeback fight and nearly got himself knocked out. Will that happen here against Samuel Vargas? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. It's Hatman, I'm out.